The year is 1920. The place is Manhattan, bursting with excitement and dreams and certainty that the party will never end. We take you, friends, to the Ferguson Theatre, home to the world's greatest vaudevillians, in front of the footlights, and also pacing in the wings, and sometimes in the one dressing room, the nice one, and over in the alley behind the garbage. They pursue their lives and their loves and their ambitions. Some will succeed brilliantly, some will fail horrifically, some will love ferociously and weep dehydratedly, and some, I'm sorry to say, will die nasty. Tonight, on the social distancing radio theater version of DieNasty, excitement is in the air, dreams are in the air, and also in the air, an extremely contagious virus. Last week, there was a lot of reeling. The owners and stars of the Ferguson were thrown into a tizzy when half their theater went down in a fire. Was it the Irish gangsters? I don't know. I wasn't there for that episode. And what's worse, our three female starlet ladies were having a roaring success at their theater, the Hoboken Pantages, until it burned to the ground. They swore revenge on scheming scamp Booty Scamp Zingus. What about the Irish mob, the Pokey Bangers? Did they play a role? We do know this. Jack Potts doesn't know what quarantine is. He threw a quarantine party and invited everyone over. Now we answer some of those questions on tonight's audio episode of DieNasty, The Pure Elephant in the Room. We begin in the dressing room of movie star, opera singer, owner of the burned-down Hoboken Pantages, Geraldine Farrar.
It is I, Geraldine Farrar.
Geraldine was exchanging words of passion with the famed novelist Isidore Phineas Knightley, I.P. Knightley, when who should walk in but her husband, Lou Telegin.
It is me, the aforementioned Lou Telegin.
And now, moments later, I.P. Knightley is unconscious on the floor as the scene begins.
My darling, I am so sorry you were forced to watch as I emptied a bottle of whiskey into this man's lungs.
Was it whiskey? Was it just whiskey? I thought it was poison. I thought you murdered that man for love of me because he tried to seduce me in my very own dressing room.
I grabbed the first bottle available to me. I was overcome with passion seeing this man groping you in this fashion.
I was mortified the whole time he was groping me. The last half hour of delight has been mortifying to me.
Come to my arms.
Oh, I'm so glad to be held in your arms. I remember when we first met on that yacht just off the coast of Mauritius, how you held me in your arms, and I knew we were destined to be together.
We take you now to a yacht just off the coast of Mauritius several years ago.
Oh, when you hold me in your arms like this, the man I've just met, Lou Telegin, I realize that we are destined to be together, whether it is on this yacht just off the coast of Mauritius or elsewhere in the world.
Yes, virtual stranger, Geraldine Farrar. I hope that one day I will hold you in my arms like this again, perhaps shortly after I have committed a murder.
And now a word from our sponsor, Yachts, just off the coast of Mauritius.
Hi, I'm here to tell you about the yachts off the coast of Mauritius. They're delicious. They're delightful. They're dandy. Who knew that a yacht could taste so good?
Yeah, but why should I get one off the coast of Mauritius?
Because that's where the yacht is.
I'm sold.
The coast of Mauritius, it's where the yachts is. We take you now to the palatial half-burned-out dressing room of star of the silver screen, Rip Van Winkle.
Well, lookity, it's me, Riff Van Winkle.
Riff is joined by an out-of-breath Pluty Scamp Zingus.
What a breath!
Pluty Scamp Zingus has been widely accused of all manner of mischief, including burning down a theater and a half, and Pluty wants to set the record straight.
Riff, I want to set the record straight. I didn't burn down a theater and a half a theater at most.
Just a second. What kind of record? Are we talking about the flat kind or the round little cylinder kind?
How many times do you want to go around this, Riff?
Tell me the truth. What's really going on?
The fact of the matter is, Riff, I don't know up from down, left from right, side from side, or diagonal from alive or dead.
Well, the thing is there, kid, you're young. You're young and fresh, and you got to grab hold of yourself. It's going to be confusing in life, but you got to grab hold of your confidence and be sure of yourself. Now.
You got to get a hold of this, Riff Van Winkle.
What?
These times we're living in, they're high-stakes times. I ain't got nowhere to go, and if you don't give me somewhere to go, I'm gonna take the place where you is.
I got a place up in the attic I can hide you. Or do you hate small spaces?
I hate small spaces, and I want you to take me there right now. You lead the way.
Come up these stairs. Gonna be a ways up.
Away up the stairs, following Riff up the stairs.
Going really high. Oh my, my. How many stairs can we go up here?
This one's a little bit rickety. Don't fall, Riff.
That makes it fun to go way up high to the attic. Bye-bye, bye-bye room. Here we go up.
Bye-bye indeed, Riff, bye-bye indeed. Climbing up high, high in the sky. Oh no, I'm slipping. Riff, I'm falling. Riff, help me.
Take my hand, I'll grab you here. I'll take you all the way up, and suddenly we're here. A tiny, tiny room where you can hide and have everything you need.
Indeed.
Just have to share it with a couple of mice.
We leave Pluty and Riff in the tiny, tiny room with at least 2 mice. And bring you our next scene. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, but what about 2 women whose theater burned down? They've been promising revenge for 2 episodes, and now they're getting fed up. They are former Sister Act singer and starlet Juniper Jones.
Wait, hey there, that's me.
And the toast of Paris, the burlesque heartthrob Daisy Darling.
That's me, Daisy Darling.
They're still at Jack Potts' apartment. Meet Jack Potts.
I'm a dandy man and a mandy dandy man, Dan.
And this Mandy Dandy man just had a quarantine party. Why would he do that? Is this a prank? They have a lot to talk about revenge-wise.
So, Jack, what are you going to do to help us? Nobody ever seems to want to step up these days. Why don't you be a brave, brave person and give us some support?
Well, I want to help you, but you've asked me to not murder 1 person, not 2, but to murder 3 different people. And, well, that's frankly quite a lot, considering I haven't murdered 1 person at all to this date.
It's like eating a bag of chips. Once you start, you should be able to finish the whole bag with no guilt.
Yeah, bet you can't eat just 1.
I was thinking about that. What if we could do 3 murders without guilt? What if we could make the people we want to murder each other, like a crisscross?
Well, how do you propose we do that?
All right, who's the first on the list again?
Flutie.
All right, the child. All right. Who's the second on the list?
I don't remember. Whoa, Daisy?
I don't remember either. We mostly just wanted Pluty murdered, and then was it Riff that added a bunch of other people? I think we might have to ask him. I don't remember.
No, honestly, I'm completely fine. If we could just get this to 1 child murder, that seems like the easiest murder we could do.
Well, let's do it. Maybe we could just get her to smoke more cigarettes. Oh, no, that'll just make her more healthy.
Oh, that's
right.
a long game. We'd have to wait forever.
I know what we could do. We could adopt the child. Why don't we do that? Why don't we play the long game of adopting the child and then abandoning them? That'll be a sure way to murder them.
Even better, we could Munchausen her.
I don't know the reference.
Well, you see, there are certain parents who can't handle that they're not getting the attention their children are. So they keep making them sick in order to go to the hospital to get attention. We could Munchausen her.
This is the perfect plan. Quick, let's dress up as adopted parents.
Done.
Question though, are we 2 moms and a dad, or are we gonna stand on each other's shoulders and
2
be
moms
like,
and a dad is completely acceptable in the progressive 1920s.
We're a throuple.
excellent?
Meanwhile, on the rickety staircase, Lou Telegin is heaving the body of IP Knightley up the stairs to the tiny, tiny room. When he arrives, he meets Pluty Scamp Zingus.
Oh, I tell you, carrying a corpse up a rickety set of stairs is no picnic.
Oh, Mr. Telegin, I see you've got a big carpet there that you are lugging up these rickety stairs.
Yes. Please pay no attention to the human feet sticking out of this end. All right, Pluty, I'm going to level with you. There is a corpse wrapped up in this rug.
The corpse of whom, might I ask?
Ask me no questions and I will tell you no lies.
Tell me no lies and I will ask you no questions, Mr. Telegin.
Very well. Let us just say it is my murder victim.
All right. Nice to meet you, murder victim.
Oh, there is no need for pleasantries. He is quite dead. Pluty, I will level with you. I need your assistance in hiding this body. It must not be discovered. This could derail my Hollywood career. You should understand that this crime was committed in the heat of passion.
Well, I don't see no crime, and you don't do no time. Am I right?
That rhymes, so it must be true. Come, let me secure this, and then we can worry about cutting it up, etc., etc. It is the first time I have committed a murder. I am very, very nervous about the whole affair.
From a guilt-free murder, we turn to a woman who is starting to feel some guilt about a future murder. Juniper Jones wanders the halls in a frenzy of guilt and confusion. Who should she run into in the back hallway right by the coffee machine but Geraldine Farrar?
Geraldine.
Oh my goodness, how are you? You look worried, you look frightened. You're sweating a little.
I know, I was just going to try and splash some of this water on my face. I'm so afraid. I think I might have started something that I can't stop. And it's horrible, Geraldine. Oh, hold me.
Is it an affair with Jack Pot?
Oh, I only wish. No, it's much worse than that. You promised not to tell.
Of course, you know I am excellent at keeping secrets until I tell them to people.
I was so upset about Pluty burning down our theater that I've set something in motion. I'm getting her killed, and I'm so afraid. What if I die?
Oh, shh. It's okay. It's okay. Weep gently on my shoulder. Okay, that's a lot of mucus. I don't think you should worry. I don't think you should worry at all. And I'll tell you why.
Why?
I happen to know from personal experience that murder is the thing you can do and just get away with.
You don't say.
It really is. All you have to do is feed him some poison and then hand him over to my husband, and they just go away.
Well, all right. I'm going to take your word for it. But I don't think I'm going to sleep a wink tonight.
That's okay. Let's not sleep a wink. Let's go get Pluty.
This episode of DieNasty brought to you by That's a Lot of Mucus, Personal Kleenexes.
Are you congested?
Hello.
Your nasal passage is filled with what feels like 10 tons of sludge. you find yourself wading through your own bronchial emission. Well then, friend, you need yourself a tissue.
Thank you.
Tissues!
Meanwhile, halfway down the giant narrow staircase leading up to the tiny, tiny room, Jack Potts is looking for some clothes that will make him look like a dad so he can adopt the child and munch house it. It's a 20-year scheme, but it all starts with some slacks. Coming down the stairs, he meets Riff Van Winkle, still in emotional turmoil after he locked Pluty in the tiny, tiny room.
Oh, hey, Red. How's it going?
What are you doing with that? I don't know. What are you doing with that?
Well, these are tissues. Tissues. Therefore, when you get all bunged up, here, have one. There you are.
Wow, those are thick.
Yeah, you
I
look
guess
like
they
you've
can
been through
handle
some
a lot of
emotional
heat.
turmoil today. Are you okay?
Nothing. Just I was just up in the attic, and I was racing down. And you know, when you race down, sometimes you get a little panicked because these stairs are rickety, very rickety.
Oh, that sounds plausible. I myself am a little bit stressed because well, I don't want to give you too many details, but I've recently got a few more steps towards that murder you asked us to help out with. Remember?
Oh yes, right, Pluty.
Yes.
Kind
I've
of changed my
decided
mind on that.
Well, what have you been doing?
Well, I've just been honestly that's right, sleeping in the attic. That's my new room now because the building is basically half gone.
Riff, I honestly have to say, I'm not sure if you should be part of this murder plan anymore. Even though it originally seemed to come from you, I don't think I can trust you enough.
Well, the thing is, I talked to Pluty, and she's actually on our side. See, that's the thing. See, I thought she was on the other side.
We have a 20-year plan to adopt her and then slowly, just through negligence, kill her. I mean, when were you going to tell us this?
Well, I'm telling you now.
Fair
I'm
enough.
sorry. Did I ruin your plans?
Well, kind of. I mean, we have an entire plan here. Now I'm not sure what to do.
Well, tell you what. I'll help you with your plan, and I'll go on my way.
But your plan was my plan because you wanted to kill Pluty, and then we made a plan to do that, and you've just told me that plan's not the plan anymore.
Well, I thought she was on the other side. That's why I wanted her dead. I thought she was with a different gang. She's that good an actor, Jack.
I'll show you good acting. I'll show you good acting with this knife.
What? Oh, hey!
Ha-ha! There! That's the kind of murder we were going to do. And that's what happens when you don't plan things.
Ow! Ah! You sliced me.
I hope you have a good healthcare plan.
Here's a pair of pants, by the way, since you sliced up yours.
Here's a tissue.
Thank you.
Healthcare. We hope you've got some good stuff.
Well, that sounded super stabby. If you'd seen it live, you'd know how stabby it was. Spoiler alert. 7 out of 10 stabs. Meanwhile, another murder plot continues to unfold. Daisy Darling
Oh, hi.
and Juniper Jones
Oh, I'm so worried.
convene with Geraldine Farrar
I should be worried, but I'm not.
in a scene containing the 3 most similar voices in tonight's episode. They spin a plot that becomes both evil and slightly confusing as we try to figure out who's saying what.
Daisy, thank God you're here. Juniper and I have been looking for you everywhere. We have an idea we wanted to run by you.
Yes, an idea. Even more than one idea, sometimes 2 or 3. Oh no, my dog just came in the room.
Oh, what a lovely dog you have. But please tell me what is the plan?
Well, the dog is intricately involved in the plan. Tell her, Juniper.
He's not really a dog. He's more like a werewolf.
That's true. We trapped a werewolf in the forest. And his name is Stephen.
Stephen is really, really hungry.
And Stephen only eats children.
So, like, what do we plan to do with Steven? Like, how can we control Steven? And how will Steven work to our advantage? Or will Steven just kill us?
Well, he loves us. I think maybe we could get Pluty to take him for a walk and see what happens.
Because I tell you what, when it's not full moon, Steven is a very handsome, friendly man. And so perhaps we can get Steven to take Pluty for some ice cream, and then as the full moon rises, Steven will turn into a werewolf and devour her head first.
It seems easy enough, doesn't it? It seems like it should be able to happen with not one hitch. I see this going very well.
And that'll do it for the audio edition of DieNasty. Coming up next week, the appearance of Steven the Werewolf and a beautiful song called Ice Cream Under the Moon.
When you're trapped in a little room with a corpse, it feels like a tomb. And all you've got is zing and zoom. You dream of ice cream under the moon. Who are you?
Hello, little one. I'm Steven. Do you know what a lycanthrope is?
That's coming up next week on DieNasty. You've been listening to the first ever audio episode of DieNasty, starring Stephanie Wolfe as Juniper Jones, Mark Meir as Lou Telegin, Belinda Cornish as Geraldine Farrar, Delia Barnett as Daisy Darling, Matt Alden as Jack Potts, Shannon Blanchett as Pluty Scampsingus, Tom Edwards as Riff Van Winkle, and not appearing this week, Jason Hardwick as Keaton Abbott.
Hi.
DieNasty is produced by Nicole Thibault. Our photographer is Jana Hove. Sound effects, lighting, and fun wigs by Brad Three Arms Fisher. Our scribe is Jim Say. And musical direction, recording, and had there been any edits needed in this show, he would have done them, but there were none, but he was standing by. It's the amazing Paul Morgan-Donald. Goodbye forever until maybe next time.